Hello YouTube, another day, another video, another day of reaction. I'm repeating myself na English yangu ni mbaya. So anyway, let's start the video.
Day 1 mpaka saa hizi.
Okay, na kuchini na nani?
Wasichana wako na kutext usiku mzima. Kwani am I mad?
My friend, you are mad.
Uliona text.
So it's like me nikienda job, you people hang out together.
That's good though.
Nah.
So I'm a fool.
Yes.
Umenizoea, imagine. I don't even feel you. I don't feel your hugs. I feel nothing about you.
Mwezi kuwa hata na huruma kidogo.
Damn, I feel nothing about you. That is heartless, but at the same time that's how she feels. And kuna hii part ya atiwe na mademu wako, bro, sometimes you just say hi there, ni aje, mnaongea normal na other females, and then mdemu ako like, we na mademu wako. Where does that come from? Yo imetoka wapi? Come on. Mnapenda ku exaggerate mambo lakini though.
I don't know. Or I need to look for a mature man.
Emotional, damn it.
You know, she needs to look for a mature man. God dang it. Maisha kama mwanaume ni ngumu. You have to grow up fast, but at the same time enjoy your youth. Uko caught up between a rock and a hard place. I don't know what to say about that.
So I finally gathered the courage to share this story, but also because I woke up to another DM and a comment of whether I finally got to the story time. This is in relation to a comment I did about how I went on a first date with a serial killer who did in fact try to kill me on the first date.
What did she just say? She dated a what? Who tried to what? On the first day? Sheesh. What are gonna stories huko nje?
I have been avoiding this because talking about it means I get to relive one of the most horrific experiences in my life, which is not easy. Even now when I'm talking about it and it's years after, I'm shaking, I'm scared, but I figured that maybe sharing this story might save someone's life. I hope if you can learn from some of the mistakes I did, that would be great. So how I'll do it is I will break it down into 3 parts because it's a very long it's a long story. So the first part will be about how we met and I went on the first date, setting the pace, and then the second part will be how that cut into me waking up to this guy trying to basically unalive me. And
You just wake up like, damn, this guy is trying to murder me. Murder. What? But then imagine kuamka in that state. Msana jaribu kukuua in the middle of you sleeping. Uko like, damn brother, nipatie at least warning next time, but at least acha nikwe alive for it. Okay, no, not alive. At least acha nikwe conscious for it, but at least you enjoy your last moments whether utakuwa scared or not. But damn, you lazima ikuwe traumatizing.
And how I got away, obviously that's why I'm still alive, so I fought for my life. And then the third part will be about how I managed to get him arrested, because I did, and the court proceedings, and of course whether he ended up going to jail or free. So you have to stick around for the 3 parts to tell the whole story. So I'll also keep sharing the lessons learned and pointing out some of the mistakes I did because I didn't know better. That's something that I've had to accept and forgive myself. Without further ado, let's start. So I met this guy through my cousin. my first cousin, and I think that's what built into the trusting him, because of the extension that this was a friend to someone that I knew.
Oh my god, the cousin, it's always the cousin, the cousins. The cousins ndo wanaingishanga watu into some serious problems out here. Stop listening to your cousins. Stop hanging out with them. They are bad people. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, not new, but family. So I'm very young, and I don't even think I had a job back then, but I'd gone to visit my cousin at his shop. If you're in Kenya, you know CBD. Duka yake ilikuanga CBD. If you're not in Kenya, CBD is like the central business district in Nairobi. I put some apple juice just to calm. So I've gone to visit my cousin, and then this guy walks in. I promise you, he's the most average looking person. You probably would even forget you met him if you passed him on the road. So not threatening, average looking, average height, just your normal dude. So
Just unaona something. Normal dudes are very invisible in this life. Okay, yeah, like obviously he got the chick in the end na kajaribu kumuua, but that shows you, like, when it comes to women, when it comes to attraction, not women, when it comes to attraction, it needs you to be, how do I say it, that first sight attraction, ile yenye watu wanasemanga love on first sight, ama I was wet on first sight, ama I was hard on first sight. Inahitaji you stand out. You need to be able to stand out, whether ikue height, whether ikue how you dressing, whether ikue something extra kwa mwili yako, or maybe you're just a handsome dude. Kama mimi, I'm a short handsome dude. I stick out like a sore thumb. Stick out. So lazima uta attract attention kidogo, watu watakole, damn, who's this short ass 6 years person? I love myself too much.
He comes to visit my cousin, and then he finds me at the shop, so he starts to ask about me. He's like, who's this, da, da, da. And that's how we set up the date. So the agreement was that we were supposed to meet, the three of us, so me, him, and my cousin. And so that gave me like the confidence to, you know, go out and yeah, hang out. So on the D-Day, I'm looking fine, I'm dressed up, I'm optimistic about, you know, having a good time. So we walk into the location. We again met at the CBD. And the first red flag is that my cousin was not there, and when I tried to call him, his phone was off. Mteja, conveniently.
Oh my lord, do you see how cousins are the bad ones? Amekuset up on a date. That was okay, it's awesome because anakuset up with someone, but at the same time uko like, with the introduction of the story, you're like, that was probably the worst thing he could have done to her. Not probably, that was actually the worst thing he could have done to her.
Something fell off because, you know, as a business person, I know they always have their phone on rather. Okay, I'm back. So the first thing is, my gut feeling told me that something was off. It wasn't usual for my cousin's phone to be off. It's always on, especially if you're like a business person. And so trust your gut instinct. If something feels off, do not second guess it, just leave. And
yeah, but sadly people don't follow their guts. Me, my gut ikiniambia like, hey brother, usipite hii barabara, I'm like, cool, I get you, go the other way. If my gut tells me do not meet up with this person, I'm always like, cool, I know what you're doing. In the moment it may feel like now overthink. Not really. There's a difference. Okay, me nilikuja kulearn the difference between overthinking and trusting my guts. When it comes from the stomach, I'm either hungry ama my guts inaniambia like, boom brother, this is not a good place to be, this is not a good person, and then nikule, and then I go. Because every time I've not trusted my guts, everything imeenda badly. Things have always gone badly. So meanly learn, trust your goods, trust it, hata kama inaenda against every line of thought and unafikiria like I will go and gain A B C D E F. If your gut tells you no, it is saving you from your future messed up self. Sadly, a lot of people don't realize that.
So his friend reassured me that sometimes phones go off and stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we hung out for a bit. I remember I was having wine. Yes, I was having wine. And so a couple of hours after, my cousin still hasn't shown up and his phone is off. So this guy then suggests that we move to a second location. And I think that's the other lesson. If you're meeting someone and you don't know them very well, please never agree to go to the second location, okay? Simple reason is you often find that the second location is somewhere they're more comfortable, or they probably have a relationship with sometimes the security, and the security are part of this, like they're enablers. So I obviously did not know this. Again, I'm very young and naive and trusting. So I agreed to go to the second location. The second location was in Westlands. Yeah. So we walk into the second location. Mind you, my cousin's phone is still off.
Makes sense why she decided to go Westlands. Anaenda Westlands. Alisikia jina ya huko, probably akasema, you know what? This guy probably has money. Probably alimfanya giggle kidogo, and she laughed, and then she was like swept off her feet kidogo. And acha niwaambie something. Do you know the amount of times I've talked to girls on that same hour? Tunapatana na yeye, we start talking. 40 minutes later I tell them, hey, let's just go, let's just walk, tunaenda to another location. Obviously, okay, when amesema it's true, penye you're more comfortable, but they don't even think about like, huyu mjamaa anaweza kuwa akienda kininyonga, this guy anaweza kuwa kinipeleka kwa kukua gang raped by 20 more other guys, by 5 more other dudes. I don't know, females never think about consequences ya kufollow a stranger. Do you know, me kuna a few times enye tumeongea na certain chick ananiambia, no, we kuja hapa nini, and I'm always like, my senses are flaring, niko like, oh, mbona nini. And then the amount of times nimekataa kwenda na madem to their houses or to somewhere where they know maybe can get, I refuse. Maybe kuna wasichana nimekataa kwenda kwa nyumba yao cause I'm like, nah, hapa it feels off. I don't know why women don't follow that. Okay, I don't know.
But at this point, I'm like, it is what it is. He's probably not showing up. We'll talk another time. Cool. So after we get to the second location, I'm still having wine, and he offered to buy me a bottle of wine, which was okay. It was white wine. Then I just had one glass. And the last thing I remember is being in that club, having my glass of wine. I have no recollection of how I left. I have no recollection of how I got to this guy's place. Then obviously just having a few glasses of wine wasn't enough to knock me out, so I did not black out or anything. So I'm fidgeting a lot because it's taking me back there. Sorry.
glass of wine ukagoa knocked out so soon. Maybe okay, I've never drank wine. I don't know the feel of it. But I can guess inakwanga so sweet to the point you'll find yourself drinking so much. But unafikiria it's so little, because I've seen people do that. I think that's why mimi nilikata kuionja. Unajua, at least with normal alcohol, okay, that is how people wameniambia like wine is sweet. Ama like iko na that sweetness and you just feel like going and going. Unajipata umekunywa so much and then you're blacking out, but in your mind una recollect wine is not supposed to make me this tipsy. But pia inaweza kuwa chances kubwa inaweza kuwa like he spiked something in it ndio to be that blacked out penye akumbuki anything. Sadly, that is the case.
I guess I didn't realize it, but clearly I need to go back to therapy. I'm still not fully recovered from it. Anyway, so next thing, I'm waking up. I'm lying on a couch in a living room, and this guy is standing over the headrest. And this is the crazy thing. He's busy tightening my belt. So I was wearing a red tiny belt with my dress that day. So he's busy tightening the belt around my neck, and it's nothing kinky. But the most curious part is, and I'll never forget this, I'll never be able to get this off my memory, is I remember looking up and his eyes were dark, they were black, like it was just death. There was no life in his eyes. But then he was shocked to see me awake. I think whatever he had used to drug me was supposed to, you know, stay on for longer. But the first thing that I do is I hold on to the belt so that he can't tighten it anymore, and I hold on to the damn belt with all the might that I have. Thank God it was a cheap belt because it eventually broke. It wasn't like leather or anything, but that's part one. Stick around for part two.
Damn, imagine waking up, unaangalia msee uko like they're trying to murder you. Unadai kukunyonga. But sadly ingekuwa mimi niamke nipate manzi yako na belt kwa my neck, ningekuwa like la la, bonjour, je m'appelle mon ami, mi amore, like what type of kinky shit are you on? Oh my lord, ni nini, na possibly ningekuwa nimeuliwa hivyo. Like I would have gone down thinking it was some kinky thing. Jesus Christ. Now hii inafanya my statement earlier when you're watakumbuka kumbuke, but kind of fucks up with things. But anyway, that is the video. To watch part 2 itakuwa kwa another video, so I hope you all go and watch it. So toodles.